angry. It's okay.
I'm not angry. Except when you keep repeating, you're angry. And that shit's fucking annoying. Like a fucking gnat at a barbecue. Just bugging the fuck out of me.
Good. I want you to say, I'm angry. It's okay. I'll process my anger. I love myself. Woozah.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
And boom, episode 45. What's going on, everybody? How you doing? Nice to meet you. Blah, blah. I have to explain something right now for the people who watch. Yes, I look a mess right now. I was supposed to shave, shower, all this stuff. I got this soggy shirt on because I just finished, doing some treadmill sprints. So yeah, I look a hot mess right now, but I was like, I'm not gonna go upstairs and shower and do all this. And by the time I get back downstairs, I actually have a meeting in 40 minutes. So I was like, then I won't do the podcast and then I won't put it out. I'm doing a last minute podcast again. It's Tuesday and I dropped these on Wednesday, but I wasn't going to do one because, it's been busy. But yeah, I was just like, if I shower now, if I change and put on the shirt, then I'm really not going to do it because there's no time, right? So yes, I look a mess right now, but it's all right. And if you're also watching this, I'm trying a new angle with this thing. We're hitting new angles, So if you see it and it looks different, I think I'm liking it. Well, I'll see more or less once I put the video out and start editing it if I like it. But so far, it looks okay to me. But yeah, it's been busy because I told you guys, I don't know, 1 episode, 2 episodes ago, I'm doing the scuba diving thing. So I'm actually studying. Holy shit. I haven't studied since fucking freshman year in high school. So, you know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of you be like, wait, but didn't you go to college? Yes, but I literally stopped studying freshman year of high school because, I just stopped doing work, stopped caring. I just wanted to make money. So, but yeah, I'm actually studying and I find myself, my reading comprehension is just fucking terrible. I am just reading words and I'm just not taking it in. So I probably read the same thing like 17 times before I'm like, oh, I get it. And, it's even worse with something you don't know, like scuba, right? Because scuba has a lot of math, if I didn't say this before, your boy got straight A's, right? In every subject except math. Math was always either 1 grade or 2 grades down. So if I had an A, it'd have a B in math or a C in math. And then, all the way up till senior year, I got like C's and D's in math. I'm just terrible at math. I tell my kids all the time because, they need help with math. I said, do not go to me, go to your mother. Anything else, I'm good for. But yeah, apparently scuba has math. You got to know what pressure times volume divided by oxygen is and shit. And I'm just like, what? Why? So it's like one of those things where, the teacher be like, oh, you need math for everything. No, you don't, motherfucker. I'm finding out you do. And it's awful. So, but yeah, I'm actually to the point where, I'm getting past it. In the beginning, I'm like, what the hell am I reading? So yes, I've been reading the same things over and over. I've just been studying. I'm doing good. I'm flying by. We get quizzed. We get tests. So far, I am on the money. So I have until April 14th to complete because April 14th, 15th, and 16th, that's when we're in the water. And now we're doing, we're supposed to spend on April 14th, we're supposed to spend 4 hours in the water, 4.5 hours in the water. And the other 2 days, like 8 hours apiece in the water. You know how crazy that shit is? Imagine a work shift in the fucking water. I can't even imagine like coming out all wrinkled and just like, it's exhausting. I mean, I was in the, when you do like the pool thing to see if you want to try scuba, if it's really for you or if the shit isn't for you, because some people panic. I don't know if I said this. I was like, me and my daughter, we got out of there and we were starving, and it was only an hour. It was really an hour. So it was just like, I can't imagine 8 hours. I mean, because you're moving around, you got all this equipment on you. I know it's the water, and shit gets lighter in the water, but still, it's equipment nonetheless. And you know what I'm saying? And you got a wetsuit, you got all this shit on you. So by the time you get out there, you're like hungry. I was so hungry when I got out of there, and I'm like, damn, we like tore food up as soon as we left. But yeah, so I'm on this studying thing. So I was just like, I missed last week. Didn't I miss last week? I think I missed last week, and I was about to miss this week, and I was just like, no, let's be consistent, dude. Don't be lazy. I mean, you got to keep pushing through the suck. I'm gonna speak about more about that, but that's another video. Um, but yeah, so been studying. So this is gonna drop last minute. So I have a meeting, and then probably during that meeting, I'll probably try to edit some, and then I should have it done. I should have it done. But what else? Besides me studying and not understanding what the fuck I'm doing and reading, what notes I had up on here? Oh, a few things. And this is taking shots at people, but I said in the beginning of the year, I'm taking shots at everyone. Um, so at work, right? And I noticed this is like a lot of people. This is not just people at work, right? So this is a lot of people. It's when people take medications and they expect you to know what it is. You don't know what I'm talking about? Like examples. And this happens to so many times where I was like, I wrote it down. As soon as it happened to me again, I was like, this is something to talk about because I'm curious if this happens to anybody else, right? So I was walking in work, saw a lady holding her neck. Looked like she had some stiff neck. And I was like, you all right? Woke up with stiff neck. And that's where I was like, you know what? After that, and when she started talking, I was like, I should have just mind my fucking business. I should have just walked by. I should have never said anything. Stop being so freaking nice. So I was like, if I would have just walked by her, I would have avoided this whole fucking thing. But then again, I wouldn't have had this topic. Um, so I was like, hey, you all right? You woke up with stiff neck? She's like, no, it's the Bruderol kicking in. It gives you stiff neck. It gives you dry mouth and this and this. And she was like, every time you take it, your back hurts and all that stuff. And I looked at her and I was like, what is Bruderol? And she was like, oh, you don't know what that is? It's to keep you from stop smoking. And then, I hate that. Since episode 1, I have been persistent on that thing where I hate when people be like, oh, you didn't know that? So I'm like, no, because I don't take medications and I don't smoke. So yeah, why the fuck would I know about Bruderol? I don't even know if I'm saying it right. That's the way I'm hearing it, right? She said Bruderol. So anyway, she was like, yeah, it gives you stiff neck and dry mouth. And she ended up having to go home because her neck was so stiff and her mouth was so fucking dry. I don't know. Can you imagine asking your boss, like, hey, can I go home today? Why? Like, my mouth is so fucking dry. Because if I was a boss, I'm like, well, drink some fucking water and sit down. You know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of excuse is that? So it's crazy because this has happened to me probably all through my life, I think. So you guys have to have this, right? When somebody takes a medication, they just expect you to know what it is. Like, I don't know what shit is. I hear commercials in the background about Truvada. If you tell me like, hey, what's Truvada? I have no fucking idea, but I hear it in the background. I hear about all these medications in the background or like these ads through your, your Hulu and stuff. So, but I don't pay attention to them. Like, I'm not like, ooh, Truvada, I gotta write this down. Maybe I need this shit, So I don't take medication. So I don't know about your medication. So, if you're gonna hit me with a medication, don't be like, you didn't know that, or don't expect me to know something. Don't say like, I take Truvada and I'm like, oh, I get it. I know what that is. No, I don't. Automatically, I don't know what it is. You're gonna have to tell me everything. Don't just say Bruderol. Say, I take Bruderol because blah, 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 blah. Or I take Truvada because blah, 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 blah. Don't just say the fucking thing and I'm just like, I wasn't a doctor, and fucking have a residency. This ain't Grey's Anatomy. I don't know this shit. So yeah, like to me, like the whole conversation, I'm just like, she was going on, and this is like the whole time. I'm like, what the fuck is Bruderol? Like, I couldn't even get past that part. So I was like, I have no idea what you're saying to me right now because I'm still trying to figure out. I don't even know how to spell what you just said. Yeah, it's something. I remember this back in even my retail days. People come in when you're in retail. People come in, they tell you stories and shit, and you're just like, can you just buy these shoes and get the fuck out or something? You know what I'm saying? Because they'll just come with so many stories, and you're just like, holy shit, what am I in for? And people like, what people to avoid, right? There's some people that you talk to and you love their stories, right? So you can hear their stories. You're like, this is gonna be good. He's got good stories, right? And then there's others where you're like, holy shit, this is gonna waste about 30 minutes of my life. I have a radar for that. I could detect. I'm like, all right, these are gonna be good stories. This is gonna be a terrible story. So try to avoid those people. But yeah, that was one of them. I actually wrote it down while she was talking. Bruderol does this and Bruderol. I was actually writing this topic down, so that's how I'm a terrible person. I wasn't paying attention. I was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna make fun of this lady later." And does she listen to this? No. But does her friend listen to it? Yes. If she puts it all together, can she tell her friend? Yes. Do I care? No. But yeah, what else I had on there? Oh, speaking of jobs, this is gonna be a quick one, right? All right. So now your boy's been around in this business. I've worked at different companies in this business, right? And if you guys don't understand, it's like working for it's the same type of business, different name. So like Apple Music, Spotify, Google Music, they all do the same thing. They give you music and, playlists and all this shit, but all different names, right? So that's what this business is. So I worked in all different types of these businesses, right? So I've been around. For some reason, right? And I don't know where this started. Every time somebody's like looking for a job or quitting a job or wanting a promotion, they come to me. And I'm just like, I am not fucking job finder. And and I hope friends don't take this personal because it's not just friends, it's family. But you know why I'm saying this, friends, is because, you got to remember Georgia is not my hometown. You know what I'm saying? I don't have this pool that you guys think I have. Like people over here think I have this crazy pool in this business, and I don't, you know? I might know some people everywhere because I've been everywhere, so I know a lot of people. I mean, I could probably give you some recommendations, but I don't have pool. I can't be like, yo, Jamie, hire this person ASAP. Nobody's gonna do that shit for me. You know what I'm saying? I don't got that pull. But like if we were in New Jersey, I lived, for a long time, and I started having, hookups for everything. Like so if I had a tire issue, I could get something. If I needed my car towed, I could get that. If I knew people who get job done for either free or very cheap. So I knew all that. I had that pool. Like if you need, got some legal problems, I know who to go to. I'm like, hey, go to this guy. He'll hook you up. He's right here. I don't have that in Georgia. I've been trying to build that in Georgia. So it's crazy because I haven't been here that long. It's not like longer than I've been in New Jersey, right? So it's like, why are you guys coming to me? I should be coming to you. You know what I'm saying? And this is for my Georgia folk friends, not, of course, not the Jersey friends, but it's just like, I should be coming to you like, hey, who do I see for this? Everybody comes to me like, hey, man, I need something different. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I don't have this master pool that you think I have. I know some people like me. Hey, some people fuck with me. That yeah, maybe they, they'll take my, recommendations or advice. But yeah, I don't have magical powers where I could just be like, bam, you need a job, talk to Jimmy. Jimmy hook you up. No, I don't have that, friends. So I'm telling you, you know, if you know, I don't answer you when you ask those questions and stuff, or like I have some people think like I'm holding out and shit. Like it's not I'm holding out, you know. If I knew somebody who could help you, sure. I'll give you a name. I'll put your information out there. But really, I don't know nobody, you know. I only know about job offerings when I apply to jobs. So I'm just like, you know what? If I just applied somewhere, I'm like, hey, this place is hiring, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I'm just like, it's just so funny. Everybody's coming to me like I'm job finder and shit. Like I'm a recruiter. Maybe I should be a recruiter. That should be like my new business. But it's just like, I have no fucking idea. It's crazy, man. I like have so much like it's in my LinkedIn, people text messages, and my Instagram DMs. I'm like, why are you asking me? Like, I have member. I am Jersey born and raised. You know, Georgia is not my hometown. I do not have that type of pull. I don't think I'll ever have that pull here because one, I'm just like, very hard to find those things out there. And it's like, at least in my little town, it's hard to build. I'm trying to build up fucking relationship with a mechanic right now so I get some cheap, get some shit cheaper down the line. But yeah, I don't have that pull, guys. So if you want a job, you got to do like me, man. You got to look. You got to be out there looking. Cause I'm always looking for new opportunities. I always do that. So, but yeah, that's why I tell people I'm gonna get out there, man. There's so much websites out there. Just put your shit out there, update your resume, put your shit out there, and then they'll come when these companies need someone, they'll come to you. So that's my advice. My advice is don't ask me for a job because I can't help you. But yeah, sometimes it's flattering. It's like, well, you coming to me? Like, shh. Thanks, but yeah, I got nothing. So don't be let down when I come to you like I have no idea. Right now, I'll tell you this: for people looking for a job, there's no jobs available right now. I'll tell you that much. If they are, they're doing bad at putting them out there. The postings, they're doing bad putting them out there. So yeah, that's my spiel on that shit. What else I had? I gotta remember. What I got? 30 minutes. I got 30 minutes. Because see on the floor right here, you guys can't see it. I have a cover up, so yeah, I don't go into the meeting with this soggy ass shirt. It's one of those things, business up top, party below. Right now, I got on the short shorts. And speaking of short shorts, I've been booking trips too. So that's another thing I've been doing. Like, I don't know if you guys that stresses you the fuck out, man, but booking trips, man, is super fucking stressful. I mean, you gotta get everything on point. Like I'm booking a Puerto Rico trip with the fam, and it's been like, all right, you have to put the tickets and the timing to match, because I have to take a shuttle somewhere in Puerto Rico to the other side of the fucking island, and I don't want to say the names because one, I'm gonna butcher it because my speak of Spanish is bad. And I don't want people fucking following me. So, I gotta go to the other side. I gotta book the shuttle. So when we land and we get our bags, the shuttle is waiting. So we don't have to wait like an hour for it. It's waiting. We get on the shuttle, 2 hours to the other side of the island. And then you got to coordinate that with the checkout, with the check-in, because the check-in's at a certain time. And then from there, we're going to spend a certain amount of time in this particular part. And then we're going to spend some time in San Juan. So I had to book a hotel in San Juan for 2 days. And, you plan out your day and then your flight and shit. It's just super fucking stressful. And then, for the scuba thing, once 14th, 15th, and 16th, if I do good, me and my daughter do good, we got to plan our Florida Keys trip because that's when we're going to do our final, test. And planning that, now I got to plan that. I got to plan, first I got to bring all the fucking scuba gear and I got to make sure it's on a certain amount of days where they come in. So, we could use their oxygen tank. It's so much shit. And it's just like booking those trips took a lot out of me too. It's just like, wow, man. And, I saw one of my friends, I won't say his real name, but, I think he listens to this. He might not anymore, but, shout out to Woodslinger, because I seen that he booked a trip to Greece, and I've been wanting to do that too. But I can't imagine how stressful that fucking trip, booking that trip is. You know what I'm saying? Because that's really fucking far away. But yeah, man, if you book trips, that shit is stressful. So between that and studying, whoo, my brain has just been fried. At night, I just be like, I lay on the bed, I'm just like, like I can't even enjoy, can't even enjoy time. I'm just like so brain dead. And like, there's some shows I wanted to watch and stuff, but I'm just like, my brain isn't working right now. So I just need, let's reset and go on to tomorrow. So yeah, booking trips, very stressful. But what I got? We're on 20 minutes. So the last thing I got, probably end this one early. So my children have this thing where they come up to me and it's the did you knows, right? So right now, my kids always have like facts. They always know these facts that like kind of like ruin your childhood. like like take for instance, like if this is not real, but I'm just like an example would be like my son would come up to me and be like, Dad, did you know, the Ninja Turtles, their real names are supposed to be Leonardo, Raphael, Michelangelo. And it wasn't really supposed to be Donatello. It was supposed to be D'Angelo. And you'd be like, what the fuck? D'Angelo? And you'd be like, yeah, but society at the time didn't want D'Angelo, so they just found Donatello, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then you call them out. You're like, you're fucking lying. And then you Google it and it's right, and you're like, what the fuck? You just ruined my childhood. That's not real, but I'm just saying, like an example like that. But it's been things like that where I'm like, what? That's not real. And be like, did you know Mario's real name? Or, Mario had a little brother. His name was Jario or some shit. And you're like, no, that's fucking fake. That's like clickbait. And then you Google it and you're like, holy shit. Like, where you kids get this information from? It's just like facts. There's guys on like TikTok that just they'll do shit like that. Like I was watching one the other day with my son, and he was it was these two guys. I love them, and I fucking should have had this, prepared. So give them a proper shout out. Hopefully on the video, I'll put their thing up because I can't even think of them. But it's like these two Asian guys. I'm be racist. It'd be funny if they're not Asian, but anyway, they go over like they're like, did you know? And there was one about the turtles, right? And like why they got their weapons the way they did. And this is fucking nerd alert. But yeah, they were like, Leo got this because he doesn't kill people, and with swords sometimes you got to kill people or some shit. And then it was like Raph, and it was going down the line like Mikey, he couldn't focus, so they gives him nunchucks because you expect you to focus. Anyways, this shit like that. That's what kids are doing these days. They're just like telling you shit where you're like, wait, what? Like, you didn't know that? And I'm just like, oh man, you're ruining all my childhood right now. Like, I didn't know. Fucking Donnie's D'Angelo. But yeah, man, if you have kids, or if you're around kids, even if you're around kids, they do that. And speaking of kids, hold on. This wasn't even part of my spiel, but I have to say this. So my son, right? He had a trip to Alabama, and yeah, that's just something too. Like I've never been on a trip that's a state away. I don't believe, and friends can correct me on that, but I've never been in a. I know if we did like class trips, it was within the fucking state. But anyway, so he had a trip, right? So we had to bring the kids in early. We had to bring them in like before 6 a.m. So it's like really fucking early. So I go into class, I drop them off, right? And there's this kid, little Indian kid. He looks at me. And if you're a jokester, if you crack jokes, all about joking, when someone's about to make fun of you. Like, even in the real world, when I look at people and I'm just looking at them, I'm like, oh, they're about to make fun of me right now. And that's like a gift you get when you're like a jokester, right? So I saw this kid looked at me and I was like, this motherfucker is about to make fun of me. It is 5:50 in the morning, right? And I was like, I don't want to snap back at this kid. So I was like, let me see what kind of joke this kid comes up with. So he looks at me and he looks at my son. He looks at me. He looks at my son. And he goes, he's like, oh, I get it. And he was, the joke is about me being bald. He was like, you have no hair up here. And my son had no hair on his face and blah, blah, blah. And then he was like, he has hair up there and you got no hair here. And I'm like, okay, cool, buddy. Did I want to joke back that he had a fucking unibrow? I sure as fuck did. Like he had that one thick unibrow, just that whoosh, whoosh. Did I want to make fun of him at 5:50 in the morning? No. But if he would have caught me like at a 7:30, at 8 a.m., I would have got on that unibrow. I would have got on something else, his haircut, his bowl cut. But it's just like sometimes you gotta let it go, right? But it's just so funny because when I looked at this kid, I'm like, oh, what joke are you about to say to me? And I was spot on because you could point that shit out. When you're good with jokes and shit, you can spot when somebody's about to make fun of you. That's how you got that quick counter. You be like, if you see somebody, they're eyeballing you up and down, or they're looking at something particular, I'm like, oh, okay, you're about to make fun of me. Let me do the same to you. So you have like quick comebacks, right? That's how you know you're good. But yeah, I already knew the boy was gonna say something, but I was just like, you know what? One, there's parents around. Two, I ain't trying to make this boy cry on the whole way to Alabama. Imagine I made fun of his fucking unibrow. He become insecure, and then I'm like, it's not worth it. It wasn't worth it, but it was just so funny that I called that shit. I was like, oh, here we go. He's gonna make a joke, and I'm glad it was a bald joke. I'd rather a bald joke. If he would have said fat joke, I would have ripped him. I think that there's a line, right? But bald, I don't really care. When people make fun of me being bald, that means that. If he would have said a fat joke, depending on the fat joke, I mean, if it was a creative fat joke, I would let it slide. But if it was like a corny fat joke, But yeah, I thought that was funny though. Kids, man, kids are all assholes. But yeah, I think that's my time, and it's perfect timing because I got to jump on this meeting, and somebody just sent me a message on Teams. So boom, that's a wrap right there. Is it? Wait, 26? Yeah, that's a wrap. So I'm going to try to do it next week because next week I got to really prepare for my Friday, Saturday, Sunday to go, in the SCUBA. So, but I'll probably drop one. I'm gonna force myself to drop one with some topics and stuff. And plus, I'm gonna see some movies, so I want to do some movie reviews. I have not seen John Wick 4 or Shazam or all the shit. I just been studying, so by the time the next episode come, I'll see all those, and yeah, we can, I can review those. So if you don't want to hear fucking reviews on that, just don't watch the next episode. But as always, thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Later. Oh, let's go.
Oh, don't be angry.
I'm not angry. I think it's funny.